does it look? Oh, there you go. I was say, why does it look like this? Happy Wednesday, you guys. Happy Wednesday. It is the third Wednesday of this new year. And, you know, it's the happiest hour, okay? Pinkies up. So, I pray that you've been having a good time and you've been able to enjoy these last 21 days of the new 2026 year. And I just hope that all is well on your end. Um, I don't have no complaints. I mean, there's no need for me to complain. I won't complain. That's just what I won't do. It's the sun that is going to bother me. Let me see something. Is that better? Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Fix my light. Give me just, it wasn't like this at first. What is happening? Hold on. Y'all just gonna son, can you move? This little light of mine want to shine for sure. What is happening? I don't like it like that. You know what? You can see me, and if you cannot, that's not on me. Oh, this is going to bother me. Oh my gosh, this. Give me 1 second, because I'm not going to be able to do this like that. Just turn it off. Bam. Because, but then I feel like you can't see me. Don't worry about that noise. My oven was preheating. I handle it afterwards. I'm just trying to get some light. That's it. That's it. I just, without that part. What if I move over? Sometimes I use my brain. Sometimes so this is better. This is so much better. Um, welcome to Cruise with Key. Think we need another sip because that was a lot. I'm sorry. 3 minutes of both our time that we can't get back. um, but yeah, so you guys, I've told you all that doing Cruise with Key, I started it as a healing journey and to unpack childhood trauma. And I have done that. I have done it on camera and off camera. And so much so that I don't want to talk about it no more. Now I ain't perfect, you know. I still have, triggers, here and there from traumatic experiences, but I'm no longer doing Cruise with Key to unpack childhood trauma. My Cruise with Key now is literally about cruising with Key. Who is Key after that chapter? Now, I know that I didn't finish. I had last time told you that I was living with the director of my group home that I was in, and she was a therapeutic foster parent. So I lived with her, and it just wasn't a good situation because she was focused on work, she was focused on school, and then when she had time, she was, she had a man. So she wasn't like an active parent. She wasn't an active participant of the role that she took on. And one of the things she had said when I first started living with her, don't call me ma. You can call me Miss this, or you can call me Aunt that. So I called her Aunt, which was cool. It was cool. I get it. It was what it was. You Um, Became a foster parent so you could have nieces. I don't know. But it was what it was. And we moved from her apartment to a house. Excuse me. And kind of sort of got worse, so much so that I ended up running away. Now I lived with her from like March of 97 to December 99. I know y'all like, how do you remember that? I don't forget what affects me at all. Um, and it's crazy because I was just telling somebody, I was trying to think of something, and I was like, yo, there's like a chunk of my life, more so my childhood, that I just don't remember. And I don't know if I blocked it out subconsciously, on purpose. I don't know. But is that what I do know is that it's a lot that I don't remember, but the things I do remember, I remember them in like great. When I say great, I mean great detail. So that's why I remember that. And I mean, and it was bad. I mean, there were times when we had good times. But it just sucks that it wasn't often, because she was a cool lady. I thought she was fly. So I was just happy, that I was about to live with her. But it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. I mean, she didn't have groceries like she should. She wasn't given the clothing allowance like she was supposed to. I mean, to the point where there are times that I was in her closet throwing stuff, wetting some of her jeans and throw them in the dryer so they could fit me because they were stretch jeans. It might have been a little baggy because she a little, taller, wider and stuff like that. But I made her do what it do, you know. And if she ever see this, she'll be like, uh, that was a long time ago. And it's your fault anyway. I was doing what I had to do. It's called survival, okay? I'm talking about like so much so, like, like when I say she wasn't really going to go shopping like that, she really didn't cook. Her most favorite thing that she did cook was steak and cheese. She's from New York. So her homemade steak and cheese was bomb. But I don't remember much of like anything else that she cooked. Again, she wasn't really there. So I mean, I made what I could, and what she didn't have, I doctored it up. I remember I used to doctor up some corn, get some, canned goods, and I'm just gonna season. That's probably why my palate is very savory. A very savory palate, because I knew I learned as a teenager how to turn nothing into something. And it was what it was, but I just felt very, very, very verbally abused. So much so that I end up running away. And I don't know where I ran away to. Part of me want to be like, nigga, did you go back to? Sorry, girl, did you go back to your cousin house on Rhode Avenue? You went back to Northeast, or did you go back to Lago to go live with your friend and her family for a minute? I don't remember at all. Um, I do remember having some good friends. Living with her, I met people that I'm still very cool with to this day. One person in particular that I met, well, her and I was at a mall. We was at Forestville Mall, and I remember it because the store was called Styles. And I was getting some skinny jeans and some tops. And I met a guy, and we're actually like this, and again, that was teenage years. And to this day, I don't think he know how much I appreciate how he was there for me during that time. I remember one time she had came home and he was there, but luckily, because of his job at the time, I was able to, say, well, he's helping to connect I'm getting I'm getting a phone line so I can have my own number and whatnot. So yeah, and then I'll be like, well, can you bring me something to eat? Like he'll be like, I'm gonna stop by in your area, and I'll be like, well, can you bring me something to eat? And he never said no ever. And the crazy part about it is he did not know the situation at all. He thought I was living with my aunt for real. And then one day, we had a conversation and he was like, I had no idea. And I was like, yeah, that's one of the reasons why, I really mess with you hard because you had no idea, but you treated me like a really good friend, and I appreciated that. So I ended up leaving. Like I said, I ran away and um yeah, I say, yeah, my HVAC person who does my heating and stuff met him when I was there. Yeah, yeah, and actually staying with her allowed me to still go to my church because she was a member of the church that I was at too, and it had also allowed me to still have a relationship with one of the group home counselors. I had to go to court and because you can't run away when you award to court. So we went to court and they was like, yeah, so we found you a placement. I'm like, who is about to keep? Who about to take on this? At the time, I was 19 years old. Who about to take on a 19-year-old? Because it's nobody been wanting me for a very long time. Uh, Not just because of my age, but when you read my case, you be like, man, I'm about to take on all that. That's a lot. Shorty been through a lot, and I probably gotta care and have compassion and empathy to take her in. I ain't doing that. And that's the truth of the matter with a lot of foster parents. I don't know why, for the life of me, I did not go to school for social work. I don't know why. Like, I think I would have been an amazing social worker. But then on the flip side, I would probably have a house full of kids. Cause I'm gonna be like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Let me see if I can get you. Let me see something. So everything happened for a reason, I guess. Um, but needless to say, it just so happened to be one of the group home counselors that introduced me to her church, and we were just real. We got really close. Started introducing me as her goddaughter, and I'll call her my godma. And she got married. I call her husband my godfather. To this day, I still call them my godmother and my godfather. And I didn't realize the age difference at that time, but as we got older, like at this age now, I'm like, we ain't that far. We're literally less than 10 years apart from my godmother and my godfather. Um, but believe it or not, I respect them to this day as if they were like my older godparents. Like, I'm not cursing around them, um, things of that nature. I've always been very picky on who I bring around them. Like, I've always I just look at them with a as a high regard of respect, like my parents. I'm gonna tell you why. So they end up saying, yeah, you about to live. And I was like, oh my gosh. And here's the thing, I had no idea that, well, and I would go visit sometimes on the weekends, or you just know, just like an overnight situation. I want to go to church with y'all, whatever the case may be. That when I was painting this room in the basement, that it was my room. Like, it was just beautiful. So by, like I said, December 99, and I'm living with them. And I finally had like a Christmas. I had a purple TV. I had a ring with ruby stones in it. Yes, I still have the ring. Because that's my birthstone, ruby. And then that's something. What the Bible say about a woman and rubies? And it just happened to be my birthstone. I'm trying to tell you, I've been special since I was formed in the womb. Okay, I've been special for a long time, and I thank God for that. And I'm smiling. uh, whew, because I'm trying not to cry. Because like I said, I've been through a lot, and it took me a very long time to realize just how special I am and how favored I am, and just how much grace has just been on my life from the very beginning, even when I was formed in my mother's womb. There was a light that was shining that was going to become a blessing, in the world, to the world, not for the world. um and so I just had an amazing Christmas. And I mean, it was good. Hands down, hands down, hands down. That was the best foster home I ever lived in my entire life. That was the last one. Even the judge was like, so we could put the kid in a independent living program, which is where they help you with just phasing out of being a ward of the court, where they help you to get an apartment, help you find a job, and things of that nature. You want to go to college, help you go to college, and things of that nature. So when I was living there, when I moved there, I was going to PG college at the time, PG community college at the time. And then I ended up getting a job. Like, I ended up leaving college, ended up, I quit. And then I quit like June 2000, I started working. Excuse me. Like in the actual like government. My first job was State Department, yada 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 yada. And so I learned a lot there. I learned about responsibility. They had me pay rent every month. And they had a late fee. Back up real quick. The judge was like, we can put her in this independent living program because we don't want, her to be short once she turns 21. And they was like, no, we got her. She's good. We got her. And next minute, I'm working, and everything, like I said, taught me a lot of responsibility. To this day, I don't play about my bills because I know about a late fee. And ain't nobody got time to be paying no late fee. That coin that you use for the late fee, that could go towards something else. Like, that's my thought process. I don't like being late on bills. Now, if you gotta be, you gotta be. My house, this house that I bought going on 8 years, um, it's old. I don't care what you say. It was built in 1951. It's mine. And because it's so old, there's no installation, whatever the word is, um, in these walls. So in winter, oh my God. That's how I have to say it, because that's how cold it be in here. You hear me? It be freezing. And but I got a fireplace and my heat does work. It's just the bill be high. Let me say that the bill be high because that auxiliary heat kicks in, and it just be a lot. Needless to say, I still don't play about my bills. I might not pay that lump sum at that moment, but it'll be paid by the end of the month because I don't have time for what I owe for this month to be taxed on for what I owe for the upcoming month. No, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. So I learned a lot of responsibility and things of that nature there. Um, I was the crate. Okay, so I told you that I hold them to a high regard. I treat them you know, like older godparents for real. And I think a part of that, because of how I was treated, it was like, if you don't go to work, you're not leaving out the house. Like, you're gonna go hang out, but you ain't go to work. And oh, you're going to church. Oh, why you ain't going to church? You don't feel good? Oh, okay, well, that means you're not going anywhere today. Like, they ain't play no games, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still big on that It's a lot of things that they just taught me that I still stand on to this day. And I appreciate that because there's not a lot. I'm trying to think of any of the homes that I lived in that taught me something. Yeah, that we're not doing that. I don't want to do that because I'll be like, well, this person could taught me this and that, and it will probably just be negative, and that's not where I am, which is another reason why I'm like, I just don't have the energy to unpack childhood trauma anymore. I've packed enough. The bags is packed. It is finished. I'm just saying. It's over. It's over now. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. No more cloudy days. They are gone, gone away. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. Like it is, like it is. And I thank God that I finally got here. And it just feels so good. I feel like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulder. I have so much peace. I have so much freedom in my mind and in my heart to just accept and explore all things new. And there's no way that I'm going to go back down. Every round goes higher and higher and higher. And I'm looking forward to going higher and higher and higher. And in that home, like I said, I was they weren't playing. And so because of that, so now boom, it's I lost my mom living this. I lost my mom. I got the call getting ready for church, getting ready to go to church, sing with the youth choir. Oh, they ain't play. Oh, you not sing? Oh, yeah, you sing. Baby, I was an active member. I was on the praise team and I was in the youth choir because I mean God has given me a gift and they wasn't playing. And so I love them to death. I love that. I love that for me. Um, what I did not love is, like I said, my mom passed May 2001. Uh, then I turned 21 July 2001. And then uh of course, everything stopped August 2001. I'm only gonna give you 30 days after your 21st birthday for your Medicaid and everything else. And then September 2001, it was a letter about us needing to have a family meeting. And it just so happened that it was time for me to go. Um, I get it and I don't get it. Um, I used to dwell on it a lot because it hurt. It hurt. Um, I didn't have a car, so I wasn't like in the streets like that. Um, if I spent the night, it was with one of my good sisters who I'm very still tight with to this day. At her father joint, which was every now and again. Never had company without them being there. They didn't play that. One time they let me have company and had a hickey on my neck, and we didn't even do anything. The dude I was dealing with at the time, he was so heavy in church that he was a virgin, but I mean, he liked to play, and we played a little bit in the house. But it was like clothes was on and everything. But again, it did not matter. They didn't play. So sometimes I'd be like, they probably was like Slim 21. Nah, it's time. But the beauty of it is, when I'm looking, and I mean, I had a job, you know. I just didn't mentally, I didn't think that I was ready because where I'm about to go, what I'm about to do, who I'm about to be, like all like what you mean? I was not prepared, and I held resentment. I'm talking about for years. was hurt. I was hurt, and I felt like it was a setup because every coin that I gave them, they ended up giving me a check, a lump sum check. Every coin, they was saving it. And I was able to find a place. I found me a studio apartment. I think the rent was like five something. And I think the check was lump sum, couple thou, couple is two, several $1,000s, and I gave to them. So my rent was paid up for a good little time. So I was like, man, that was a setup. But it was also so this was January 2002 because it took me a little minute. Gotta have your pay stubs and all that other stuff. And then boom, my brother passed away February 2002. So I'm like, now I'm extra like, oh, I lost my mind. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't answering my phone. I shut completely down because not only did I just phase out of the system, and I'm like, I wasn't ready to leave no time soon. I don't think that I was prepared. Mind you, I had just lost my mom May, just turned 21 in July. Everything stopped, benefits and everything stopped August. Then September, a family meeting. And then now January, I'm out because I found an apartment. Like it wasn't enough for me mentally to leave. But to this day, it taught me uh unfortunately never get too comfortable because at any given moment you might gotta leave, so always have a plan in place, you know what I mean. And I don't make a lot. I don't have an issue telling y'all. I'm not gonna tell you how much I make. I make enough to get by. I make enough not to ask nobody for anything unless I like really need it, and I'll go without before I ask because I don't like to hear no. I've heard no one time from some very close people, and I yeah, no, I don't ask. And actually, I don't. It wasn't even a no. It was, but how much? I told you the situation. I don't have a particular number. And then they never reached back out. Never asked them for anything since that day. I don't ask nobody anything since that day. And that's almost 40 years ago. 40. That's almost 20 years ago. So the beautiful part of all of that is, like I said, I learned so much, and I've been on my own ever since. I've been on my own ever since. I have Then I have lived with someone for 3 years, and that's because I was trying to become a DC resident again because I wanted to become a I wanted to get in a first home buyer program, and then next week, boom, the economy crashed and everybody was getting laid off. So I was laid off and I didn't have no steady. It was just a lot. But I can say that outside of that passage, and that was a blessing in itself because had I still been in my apartment and not renting a room so I can become a DC resident, then you just never know. So it's like, again, God has always had my back. And that's how I'm like, for that to be the ending of me being found at 2 years old to having a family meeting that said it's time for you to leave at the age of 21, with all that occurred in all that time, baby, what more am I to talk about except for God, I thank you. And to God be the glory for it all, because it taught me stability. It taught me survival. It taught me empathy, compassion. It taught me strength. It taught me endurance. I've gone through so much, and I can say that I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. So I of course every May I'm still gonna come on here and foster care awareness, because that's foster care awareness month. Um, and so and May is endometriosis awareness month as well. That is a condition that I was diagnosed with in 2007, and unfortunately it has no cure, and unfortunately that is why I do not have children, and unfortunately that is the main freaking reason I hate this 2016 challenge. Mm, I'll get to that next time. We got to talk about what affects us uh today that happened 2016. Since there's a trend about 2016, you know what? Nope. Thank you, God. No, I'm not doing it. No. 2016 was trash for me because I unfortunately was told February 2016 that I needed a mercy hysterectomy, and that happened April of 2016. Mind you, I did not have any children at the time. And unfortunately, I had just had a miscarriage that July. My baby was actually supposed to be due in February. So that was you know what I'm saying, that was a lot. 2016 was not it for me at all. It was a very depressing time. But I can honestly say, like, I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I don't have no ill will feelings towards none of the homes I lived in, none of the parents that I had, none of the children that was there, my family, like, I don't, it's over, it's gone, finito, because I forgive everybody. And if I didn't do that, I would not be the woman I am today. I had to forgive so that I can be free. My forgiveness has nothing to do with anybody outside of the woman that you're looking at today. And God bless me to go through all of that, to like own my own home. I actually have a career that June will be 20 years that I have a career. Um I am blessed and highly favored. Some people that I met throughout these years, they're actually still here. I actually still go to the same church. Online, Lord, please forgive me. I still have the same godparents. Now, I have not seen them in a while, which is disgusting on both ends. We both, all parties involved, can do better. Um, um, but the more I do work on myself, I understand a lot of different situations. And the more I get older, the more I try to not try, the more I see things from a total different perspective. And you just gotta grow in grace, flow in grace, flow with grace. And do the same thing when you do it for yourself. It becomes a little bit easier to do it for other people. And that's the place that I'm in. I'm in a place where I just want to dwell in what God said. I come that you might have life, and that more abundantly. And I believe that I'm in the perfect place at the right time to receive all that he has for me. I don't know what it looks like, but I know that I deserve all of the things, all of the things, all of the things. And I can see it, I can feel it, I receive it, I believe it, I claim it, I affirm that everything God has for me, it is so moving forward. The love that I crave, the love that I desire, the love that I deserve, it is here now. Okay. The will that I have to be a better friend and communicate better and understand better and listen better, it is here now. um just to be more thankful and just more grateful, and be able to just bask in how far I've come and not looking back. I won't go back, I can't go back to the way things used to be at all. And so I'm just happy for what's to come. And I thank y'all so much for being here during this unpacking childhood trauma journey. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Yes, every song I've sung is gospel. I mean, listen, hey, if you've gone through what I've gone through, I'm pretty sure your favorite genre of music will be gospel too, because it has substance and it has gotten me through and it continues to get me through. And I'm just happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I no longer dwell in contentment. I'm happy. I'm happy. And half the time I'm by myself. And people be like, "Yeah, I thought you said I don't want to go. I really don't want to go out no more. Like if I reach out to you and say, hey, you trying to go, that means I really want to be. Other than that, I love me. I love being with me. I love that. I love binge watching series. I love that I can watch a movie back to back to back to back to back. And I'm all right. Have me a little wine. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. And it be a time because there were a time, and that's what people don't understand. I am the way that I am because I was not like this. I used to be miserable. I used to be miserable. So let me dwell in being happy and being stable and being free. Please, I beg of you. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. I pray that this blessed you as it has blessed me. And I look forward to this new chapter of all goodness. Good and plenty, like the candy. All right. Have a great weekend. And be careful if you are in the DMV area because they're talking about many inches of snow. I ain't here for it. I don't want it. I would prefer it to come like on a Sunday and then do it to maybe like Wednesday. That way I know I ain't going to work for about 7 whole days. All right. I love y'all. See you next week.